Hey guys, we're here with a Nissan Cefiro. This is first generation, I think, Cefiro. I don't think there was another one before. And it is a turbocharged one, automatic. It still has an automatic gearbox, but it does have an RB20 DET, the same one that you can find on Skyline GTST and GTST Type M. So let's go a little bit over the defects, the few defects that this car has. You will see it's not too big of a deal. It's only cosmetic, and overall, yeah, not much of a big issue. So you will see these cars are owned typically by old people. That's an old people car. And when you look a little bit in detail, bumpers and things like that, it does show that, well, you know, they hit a little bit things. So there will be a little bit of bodywork to do at ATL JDM when it arrives, but not too big of a deal. And yeah, they are hard enough to find that it doesn't matter too much, really. Like, it just, when you find one, if it's little things like that, you just deal with it and get the car, because it took us quite some time to get this one. So. And of course I did the other one. I didn't do it as much. But that's actually really pretty much it for the defects. It would be needed like or just like respraying quickly the arm of the wiper here. Front one, a little bit of a respray needed there, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing else yet to do to this car. So it does have the original steel wheels, still is, and they have like a wheel cover, plastic on top of them. We have another scratch here. But overall, like, really for a car that's like what, 33 years old now? How old is it? It's an 87, 88. So we're in 2021, so yeah, 33-year-old. So for a 33-year-old car, really, it's quite a nice survivor, really. They tend not to do too well over time, as we've seen with the half dozen, or like, you know, over a dozen that we've checked actually for that customer before actually finding the right one. Interior is where everything shines, though, because like every old people, they do take great care of their interior. So this one you will see it does look really nice, but it is also lots of you know, like plastic revitalizing thing, like, you know, just to make it look a bit new. It usually tends to go away after a while, but it does look really nice. Really, so sorry, I have my bag here, but yeah, the dashboard super clean. Lots typical yeah, really like late 80s, early 90s radio. Lots of options. It does have like two different height for the antenna, so that's like full height, really like as high as it can get, and medium one if you have to go through like lower roof kind of place. It does have the electric mirrors. Only one side works, the other one does not. So I'm gonna turn off the radio a little bit. And when we're in there, like very like 80s experience. Lots of buttons. The radio has more buttons than the entire as the whole car itself. It does have ICAS right there. ICAS is the 4-wheel steering that Skylines and Cefiros and stuff like that had. I wonder if it's like a similar drivetrain to the Skyline. It surely does feel similar. Or also because it is a turbocharged RB20 DET engine, it does come factory with an LSD. So this car does have an LSD. I checked it on the way in, and I double checked here. Tires are really old, so yeah, fuck that. And here you can see LSD, factory LSD with the car, which is a really good addition. what grandpa car come with an LSD today? It says none anymore. It's just like it's the tool for hooligans. Let's take a quick look at the engine bay itself. Wheel struts do not hold. Bonnet struts do not work well. You can see also like been spread really nice. So normally those tend to rust on all Skylines from all the Nissan strut towers. It's catastrophic. We're trying to find a Stadia right now and struggling like hell because of those stupid ass strut towers that rust. So this is how a good strut tower is supposed to look like. Little bit of like water infiltration on this thing right there, so it is not just a plastic thing, so it needs to be mounted and just like cleaned a little bit. Maybe resealed, but nothing too special. Sorry about that. And you can see like very clean RB20 DET engine in there. Coolant just changed. All changed, like basic maintenance when we get the cars we do. So I do another quick look at the seats. Rear seats. Yeah, just overall like super clean car, super nice car. Up in there. No spare wheels. It's here. It's not at the usual space. And yeah, just no rust, very good condition overall. Here you've got for the skis, if you're like skiing or something, you can fit them through the whole car like that, and it will come out through the shoulder rest, armrest. Alright, underneath the car, yes, it is extremely clean. Same thing. On the other side, we've got like a really big SG wagon here. Not exactly ideal for Japan, but just really super clean, nice car. Just some really minor body work, and it will be just perfect, really. All right, let's take it for a drive and see how it does. Let's drive. All right, up. Central lock, and when you start the door locks, and it drives well exactly as you would expect, really. Suspension a little bit stiffer than I would like a car like this to be, but maybe some newer shocks would help to make it like a little less stiff, something a bit more comfortable. I'm not too sure what the new owner is going to be doing with this one. It might actually be just converting it to manual conversion and do some maybe sporty things with it. I'm not sure. I would have to ask Pars about that. Other than the slightly stiffer, a little bit bumpy suspensions, the car feels really good. Drives nicely, pulls great. Transmission could be a little bit smoother, but you know, it's slightly older, so it is fairly normal. Especially just after I just drove the CVT Sambar, so it doesn't get much smoother than no shift at all. But yeah, just really clean Survivor right there. They do not survive like this normally. They just don't. Those cars are rusted, crashed, transformed into drift machines. They do not have a good end of life usually. You have to keep in mind those cars used to be worth like $200. Literally, I'm not even kidding. Those cars were worth $200 10 years ago. Nobody would buy them. Nobody wanted them. I'm talking about the nice one at $200, you know, the other one would just get crushed. Completely spinning wheels. But that's also because the tires are really old. That will be like, usually ATL JDM wants us to just leave the old tires and they just change them like stateside. It's better to have just like some, you know, DOT legal tires, even though tires tend to be cheaper here, but just losing traction like constantly. If you just like floor it on straight line, it just, the whole tail is just with the LSD. LSD that probably didn't get to work much in the past 33 years. Grandpa owned car, you know. But it is working as it is right now, so that's good. This guy going. Alright. Yeah, can try again the radio. So that's gonna give us some YouTube claim. So speakers will need to be replaced, they're most likely blown. You can hear that. It's not, doesn't sound very good. But it does work. The antenna is in medium length, medium height right now. Sorry about that. Super clean car. It's my first time that I drive, for me to drive a Cefiro actually. I had never driven one before, never really had much interest in them, honestly. And now I'm happily surprised. It's a very, very decent car. Sadly, like not much to tell about it. It's still like fairly basic, you know, with all like options and stuff like that, and it drives just like you would expect it to drive, except like the whole like LSD thing. But I mean, under the limit. Granted that you do push maybe a grandpa car sometime over the limit, but under the limit it just feels like a very normal, docile car. Absolutely no issues or things to say about it. Steering feels precise, like shifts nicely. Just as I said, the ride is a little stiff. Some upgraded suspension with the model, I'm sure. Do have air conditioning also. Does not seem to be working now. It's my first time actually. I did not check this car before. Normally I do check cars myself, but I was at another auction, so I had to set someone else to check it. And I think that the air conditioning needs to be either charged or a little leak to fix there. I'm not sure. It is old, so maybe just recharge would do the trick for quite some time. But it does have air conditioning, which is nice. Fairly uneventful test drive, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit how it looks. That's another ATL JDM custom order. So yeah, if you're looking for anything a bit rare, that's not something just randomly bought sight unseen auction, and if you're willing to wait, because sometimes you have to keep in mind, like, finding those cars do take time. Finding this one took us like, fuck, I don't know, like about like to find a good Cefiro like that took us, in the budget also of the customer, that took us some time. I think this one we are into like 6 to 9 months really to find something like that. Really not easy. And yes, we could have just been like randomly bidding on the first car we see, but yeah, it's not like, there's a reason why you see so many importers in the States trying to unload crap cars, just because they're in over their head with shit boxes, rusty shit boxes in terrible conditions that need way too much for what they're worth. And yeah, that's what we do not want. And I think like our customers usually understand the time that it takes to find the right car at the right price, you know. And they tend to be pretty happy with that. So especially the end result when they're getting the car. But alright guys, if you have any question, ask Pars or just let us know in the comments. And well, till next time, bye bye.